We ask him, the Most High, to continue to show his mercy on our leader, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, his household and companions and followers till the day of accountability. Today, we are celebrating Nigeria's independence. Day before yesterday, being 1st of October 2025. History has shown that we are now 65 years old. I think we must give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for being together even after the independence for good 65 years. Any sensible person must be gratitude to Allah first. A number of nations have been dismantled, displaced, but Nigeria remains united as Nigeria with one challenge or the other. So we give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We must always mention those who have struggled against the colonial masters. Sabaka Tafa Balewa must be mentioned. Zik must be mentioned. Awo must be mentioned. Awolowo must be mentioned. Sardauna of Sokoto must be mentioned. And many more of them who have sacrificed a lot in seeing that this country is independent. We salute them. Now, as a Muslim, you must not celebrate. No, you must refer back to what has happened in the past. We are people of history. And the Quran also has trained us to know history. That's why Allah gave us the history of our grandfather, Nabi Adam alayhi salatu, in the Quran. History of a number of great individuals, prophets, who have reformed and battled with their nations. Corrupt nation like that of Pharaoh, you have been informed. So we are people of history. We cannot forget our history. And that's why I picked a case study of Usman bin Fodio, since we are discussing independence. Of course, you cannot be fair and just when you are mentioning only sentences. Usman bin Fodio met what was not known to be Nigeria, but most part of northern part of today's Nigeria, including part of Chad, Niger, Cameroon. He struggled at the age of 20 to when he was 60. He struggled to establish Islamic law, Sharia, system of governance. And he achieved that in 1804. In 1804, it was established. All these emirs you are seeing, they comply with Sharia. They are students of Sharia. All of them are students of Usman bin Fodio. Right from Sokoto to Ilorin. This flag, I will use Wuse Islamic flag. They govern their followers with the Quran and the Sunnah. In fact, part of Oshun, Ede and Iwo, confirm it, were governed by Islamic system of governance. A portion of Lagos, which I cannot recall, was governed by Sharia. Between 1804, it rose down to 1903 or 1904. That's a complete century, 100 years. But when the white men came in with their culture and their religion, they fought Sharia. Say it loudly. Don't lower your voice. You can defend it historically. It's not a verse you are quoting so that somebody will tell you that no, I do not believe in the Quran. No, this is practical. They fought it with their sophisticated gadgets and weapons of that period. Of course, our elders then were only having bow and arrow, cutlass, knives. That's what they used for war. They came with sophisticated killing machineries, and they were able to overcome our ancestors and fathers. The battle was bloody. It seized life of Muslims uncountable. The whole Sokoto was in blood at the final stage of the war. In fact, our leader of that time, Tahiru II, have to migrate and leave Sokoto because he would not like the white man to rule him under Kufr system of governance. He left Sokoto And you can see as far as Sokoto to Gombe, where the cement factory is located today in Gombe State. That's where they confronted him again with their sophisticated gadget and his followers, and they kill him, and they kill so many Muslims in that place. His graveyard is there till date. You cannot change that in history. Now, these are the ones who have colonized us. These are the ones who are calling us terrorists today. These are the ones who the world is silent about their terrorism across the globe. These are our colonial masters. And that's why their system of education is what we are following till date. Their system of governance, that is what we are following till date. Their language is the official language of our state and nation. So in much as you are thanking Allah for independence, you must go back to history and see the damages. A Muslim is that person who believes in Allah and who knows that the essence of his existence is to worship God. Any other thing is secondary. Development of houses and rights and so many other facilities are secondary. The essence of your existence is to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by following his Sharia. Well, for the purpose of time, the nation has developed definitely. 36 states we have is development. Abuja itself is development. We have so many universities, so many hospitals, so many roads, rail, trains, so many other things that are development. You cannot deny that. We are not never denying any of that. But when you compare us with our colleagues, you know we are backward. The resources given to Nigeria is not like any other nation. We're supposed to be leading the nation of the world and competing with the first 5 nations of the world. That's supposed to be our standard. The intellectualism is there. The human resources is there. The other resources also is there. But many resources are there. There is no resources Allah did not give this nation. And the greatest challenge Nigeria is facing today is corruption. Corruption is about being institutionalized in the nation. It may be kicked against and condemned by the constitution, and few agencies might be battling with corruption. But really, corruption is fighting back because those who are supposed to stand firm in fighting corruption are into full service of corruption in this nation. Yes, that is the situation. That's why you will go a long way for not having development. Corruption. Corruption. All of us should love this nation because that is the teaching of Islam. Don't look at the corruption in the nation and you say, no, I'm not concerned. You are concerned. You are concerned. Rasulullah sallam loved Mecca so much. With the corruption in Mecca and idol worshiping in Mecca, with their brutal nature in Mecca, with the way they persecuted the Muslims in Mecca, still when Rasulullah was in Medina, he was praying for Mecca. You have no excuse. And Nigeria can be reformed. Never you be in doubt, it can be reformed. It is men who can reform Nigeria. It needs sacrifice. It can't continue like that. But it should be the work of every individual. Never you wait for any agency. If you are waiting for any agency, you are killing Nigeria. That is the biggest challenge Nigeria is facing. Nigeria minus corruption is going to be among the great nations of the world. So contribute, because it's part of teaching of Rasulullah for you to contribute in building your nation. Abraham alayhi salatu wasalam also pray for his nation, pray for Mecca. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam pray. Yusuf pray for Yusuf. Yusuf pray for Egypt. All messengers are praying for their nation, even though they are corrupt. Look as corrupt as Fir'aun as he was. There was prayers for Misr. We can't continue like that. We must come together. everybody must give his own quota and contribution. اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين ودمر اعداءنا اعداءك اعداء الدين. اللهم انا نسالك ان تؤمننا في هذه البلاد وجميع بلاد المسلمين. اللهم امنا في نيجيريا. اللهم زد في امننا في نيجيريا وجميع بلدان المسلمين. اللهم وفق ولاة امورنا لما تحبه وترضاه في هذه البلاد وغيرها من البلدان. ربنا اغفر لنا ذنوبنا كفر عنا سيئاتنا توفنا مع الابرار. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد.